Just very quickly, welcome everyone here. I'd like to thank the judges that took the time to have a look at the photos and the videos. I did a couple and it's not easy to do. And welcome everyone here this evening. And Rachel from the RAS, the president, she's lurking around somewhere. Welcome down to Canterbury. And sponsors, we've got Silver Ferns, Vero and Boehringer Ingelheim. Much to the support for this, for the very first one. It's great to have them all on board. And the board members and the rest of the committee that helped run this. I'll pass it over to Mick, he's emceeing the evening tonight, and all yours.
Yeah, you said you'd be brief, I didn't think it'd be that brief. Anyway, I wasn't quite prepared, young man. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, for those who don't know me, my name is Mick Withers and I've been on the cattle committee here for a number of years now. My little pet is, of course, the Heartland Bank Young Auctioneers competition that was held earlier this month. Again, we had a great day, but it's not about that. Tonight's format will be to announce our winners in each of our breed classes, including the champion female, champion male and supreme champion in each breed. Judges who have been able to make it along this evening will speak to their placings and will present rosettes to those exhibitors that are present for our champions and supreme. For those out there in the big world, those who haven't made it or tuning in line, your awards will be sent to you at some stage. Following on from our breed classes, our Interbreeds judge Richard Van Ash will speak to each of his classes and placings, announcing champions and reserve champions for each class, as well as champion female and champion male, whom will both receive Royal Agricultural Society medals that have been awarded to the show this year. And as Andrew alluded to, it's just fantastic to have RAS involved in our show again, so nice to see you. Thank you to the for that and supporting our new concept. Long may this relationship continue. Richard will then finally announce a supreme exhibit for the 2021 Canterbury AMP Beef Virtual Show. And Richard, thanks for your efforts. No doubt we'll speak a bit more about you later in the evening. But great to have you on board, and again, thanks for your continued support of the Canterbury AMP. Boehringer Ingelheim have sponsored our Interbreeds classes, with the winner of each class receiving a litre of Eclipse and our supreme exhibit receiving a 5 litre of Eclipse. Boehringer Ingelheim have been a long time supporter of the beef cattle event here at the show, and just great to have them still on board. I don't know if Mark's here. No. Anyway, we'll continue on. I think we go straight into our awards, and we're going to start with the Angus breed. And this year's judge was Max Tweedy from Hawke's Bay, who made a bit of a name for himself earlier in the year, paying I think it was a record price for an Angus bull in the country. So I hope you listen to me, Max. Sort of acknowledge you. And exhibitors this year were James Jenkins from the Floridale Studs in Darfield. Of course, that family has been associated with this place for donkey's years, isn't it, Jane? And it's just so good to see the family continue the tradition. Sarah Connell, of course, sits on the committee here with her Carrigness cattle out of Brookside, and Rob Hall is Lillisleaf Angus down in Waikaka in Southland. And Rob's quite a character. I always enjoy Rob coming up to our show, and disappointed not to see him this year. No doubt he's sitting back and probably thinks he might do a bit of singing later on, which is a bit of his function. But anyway, we'll move right along. And with the cow with calf at foot, first is Rob's cow there, Lillisfield Bo Peep. And the comments here from Max, and I hope I get it right, Max. The most functional, capacious female of those entered. Extra ribbon chest depth indicates she would have longevity on hill country, and having lived to 9, you would certainly assume so. She appears to be doing a fair job of her heifer calf, which is only 6 weeks old. I can't see the screen. Is there something about... Oh, there you go. She's on there. That's great. Would love to see her moving more freely in her stepping, but feel overall appeal accounts for it and is given justified her age. Her functional ruggedness is attractive. I won't make a comment to that. I like a bit smoother than that myself, but anyway. Got myself bugging there, haven't I? The second was Floridale Linda, a long clean made cow with an excellent calf at foot. Different to Exhibit 3 in her style, she is a younger cow that really does present well. My first placing placed ahead of her due to that cow's superior depth and capacity, though she failed the skill for femininity, udder quality and mobility. And in third was Sarah's cow there, Carrigaines Delta, an 8-year-old cow with plenty of length and capacity. She moves well and catches the eye. There you go. So we don't do anything else yet. We just keep on going. The yearling heifer, first with Floridale Nikki. Difficult to split these thick, square young females. Gave the class to Nikki as she had the overall balance, superior overall balance. Second to Floridale Nancy, unlucky not to win the class given her quality. Her thickness and balance placed her over Nancy. And in third, Sarah's heifer lacks the hind quarter and fleshing of the heifers above her, though it displays plenty of smoothness and a clean shoulder. So the champion Angus female goes to Floridale Nikki. A special heifer of extra balance and thickness worthy enough to beat a strong class of mature cows, even their proof being led behind them. Well done, Jane. The bull 2 years and over, Floridale Jack, a sire with plenty of length, shape and width when you get him behind him in brackets. A bull that moves with great good mobility and locomotion. His extra girth and depth of chest would indicate forageability on grass. A tidy package. And in the yearling bull, Floridale Nango, a smooth bull with length and sire appeal. One to watch grow out, and I do hope we do see him grow out and back here next year. And the champion male was Floridale Jack. And the comments are a complete maternal bull that displays plenty of length and shape. His extra width, capacity and mobility placed him champion male over the yearling bull. And so we have a supreme champion Angus, and that goes to Floridale Nikki. And the comments from Max, this young heifer managed to pip a smart 5-year-old bull and leading aged cow to take out the supreme Angus exhibit. Paired with another excellent yearling heifer, this wee sweetheart melts in the mouth. Her thickness and square made balance, and what we need to see more of it if we are to keep making great maternal powerhouses in our breed. And a final comment from Max. I really enjoyed the opportunity to judge and take my hat off to the Canterbury AMP for persevering and coming up with a clean innovation for stock judging and showing. And I'd just like to reiterate that those people who are involved in the cattle committee, amazing job really. I had absolutely nothing to do with it, and yeah, because it was hard work. So well done to the committee, I must say. So I was hoping that Mark Fleming was going to be here for this, but apparently he's not made it this far. And this is the beef Shorthorn judging. This year's Shorthorn judge was, as I say, Mark Fleming. Of course, the Fleming family have been associated with the Canterbury AMP for probably longer than the Jenkins almost, I'm not too sure, but both families have contributed so much to this, the success of the show over the years. And so the heifer, we have a single heifer who's judged here, and she is the champion female and supreme champion beef Shorthorn, but the comments from Mark, a well-grown out heifer. She walks very well. She will grow out to be a very good cow. Therefore, I've awarded Jazz as a champion female and supreme champion beef Shorthorn. So here's Sarah O'Connell. Is that for me or you? Moving on to the blonde Aquitaine, and what's really good is the judges standing right beside me, and whoever wrote this, it's really quite handy when someone else writes notes for you. You've never read them before. So our judge is our local man Andrew Stokes, and of course another guy who's put so many hours into the show over the years. He's taken on the challenge of a few breeds, not as familiar as his traditional Angus. Our exhibitor this year were the Herberts, who need no introduction, and so you may speak.
Thank you for that, mate. Hey, yeah, it's a bit different judging different breeds. I had to quickly have a quick look up on the computer and work out what they were meant to look like properly and find it out. And I had in the cows, I had a cow and calf that was absolutely outstanding for her breed. She was long in the legs, which they look for. She had all the meat all in the right places, and she strutted out very well. So for the champion female was the cow was in entry. Yeah, that's you, Mick. Yeah. Charlie's coming up to grab it. And then they, the Herberts also put up a beautiful looking bull that had plenty of meat right round it. It strutted out well. I did find out that it was actually walking back to the heifers when they were leading it, so it was keen to get back there, I think. And that was the champion bull. And I gave the overall champion for the blondes to the cow and calf.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Unfortunately, as I've said prior, well, not unfortunately, but Mark cannot be present. Really hope he would be. So Mark also judged the Charolais, and quite exciting, what this virtual show has done for us. We've brought in, some people who perhaps would not be able to attend or to show here at Christchurch, and one of those is the Colin family from Roriki Charolais, Simon and Wendy. And Simon, as we have come to expect, has always got plenty to say when he comes down here and judges, and I've always enjoyed Simon's company. His knowledge of cattle was second to none, and so is his enthusiasm. So Mark's comments, the cow with the calf at foot, this cow and calf led very well. The cow's doing a great job feeding her bull calf, and that's from Simon. That's just 2 sentences, which is really odd, and I hope you listen to that, Simon. And so moving on to the heifer, 2 years with or without her calf at foot, and to Pokey Paris. This heifer has good condition on her and is also rearing a very good calf. In fact, those comments came from Mark, not Simon, so if Simon had said it, that would have been a whole page. A good small competition, but I've decided to go with the cow and calf, Roriki House, as the champion female and supreme champion Charolais. Right, so we move on to the Galloways, is that right, Andrew?
Yeah.
It is, good. So a great competition of Galloways this year with 2 exhibitors and entries in most classes. Marshall Stokes, Ranch Galloways in Oxford, and Rob Hall, Lillisleaf Galloways in Waikaka. This year's Galloway judge was Adam McCall from West Otago. So within the cow with the calf at foot, in first place went to Lillisleaf Buttercup. And the judge's comments, tremendous example of a Galloway cow, very correct, very thick, correct and easy doing, is doing a great job of her calf. She caught my eye as soon as I saw her, deep-bodied with great feet and legs, and is a very tidy udder. She walks very well, which will ensure she will breed for many years to come. She is an outstanding cow. In second place here, Ranch Galloways, Yasmin, a very nice cow, well balanced, and obviously a good milker judging by her calf. Just didn't carry the same thickness as the winner. The heifer, 2 years with or without calf at foot. First was Ranch Galloway's Beauty. Nice tidy heifer, walks well, is well balanced, and also that traditional Galloway coat and head. Will make a very nice brood cow one day. Then yearling heifer, first Ranch Galloway's Sophie and the second Ranch Galloway's Brie. 2 very nice heifers. My first place heifer displays more depth of body and thickness throughout, which put her ahead of second place. We'll look forward to seeing how these 2 develop in progress. And so the champion female Galloway was Lillisleaf Buttercup. Are you taking that on behalf of? It won't make its way to Oxford, will it? No. Bull 2 years and over, first Lillisleaf Rocky and second Ranch Galloway's Yogi. A very hard class to judge, a 2-year-old versus a 5-year-old, and I had real trouble separating the 2. I decided to place the older bull as the winner. Both bulls have great depth and length of body, walk well and are clean through the shoulder. The winner is an older bull who has obviously done a job for a number of years and is still very sound. He has good width, barrel and meat throughout the back end. The second place bull is quite a lot younger and subsequently still has some developing to do. Although I think he will mature to a very good bull. And so the champion male Galloway was Lillisleaf Rocky. And the supreme champion Galloway Lillisleaf Buttercup. Herefords. Okay, so moving right along, and we're into the Hereford breed now. And over the years we've seen some tremendous competition here from the Hereford entries, and it has been quite a feature during that time. So anyway, this year a Hereford judge was the renowned Matariki stud, was from the renowned Matariki stud in Kaikoura, of course, James Murray. We had 2 exhibitors with entries in the yearling classes, the Cooper family in Oxford and Will Gibson Folden Hill Genetics in Middlemarch. The heifer yearling and champion female, first Lydia. Lydia is a very stylish young heifer with beautiful cosmetics, a feminine head with a good head carriage. She has a great length from hip to pin and will grow into an interesting dam. That's a good word, Jimmy. Hope he's watching. Second is we went to Amethyst. She is another stylish young heifer with great movement and a nice kind head. Moving into the yearling bull and champion male. Did we get a champion in the female? We did. Yes, we did. Yeah, first place and champion. No? Oh, we'll reward that. So it goes to Lydia, which is... Unfortunately, you haven't given me whose that is. So in the yearling bull, first place went to Folden Hill Voodoo 667. This young sire has a strong head and is clean through the shoulder. He has a great depth of rib and flank and good length from hip to pin. There is a good width in the pin bones which will allow him to carry a lot of meat. And second place, Folden Hill Voodoo 723 is a very tidy young bull, well set up with good shoulder placement and depth and has a great rein of neck. Third was Romeo, which I presume is the Cooper bull. A stylish young bull with great cosmetics, a strong head and good movement. And in fourth place, Ricardo, again a strong young bull with good cosmetics. He moves well, but hasn't quite got the thickness of the previous bull. So the Supreme Champion Hereford, overall we'll go for the Supreme Champion, is that what you want?
The bull, champion bull.
Oh, Champion Bull, so that goes to Folden Hill Voodoo 667.
Yeah,
right.
Champion.
And the Supreme Champion Hereford is Folden Hill Voodoo 667. George, how did you get a warm glass? With a bit more colour in it would be quite good. So we'll move on to the Highland cattle now, and taking on the judging for this year's Highland cattle was long-time exhibitor Harry Prescott Bella from Waimate. And when you say long time, he's been coming for many years, old Harry, and he's always such a delight to catch up with Harry here at Christchurch. A new entry to the Canterbury show from Levin, Bruce Burnell, the Holyrood stud. It was great to see Highlands continue their presence at the show, and there's no doubt when the townies come to the show, that's one of the highlights for them, isn't it? The big Highland cattle. So we've just got the one entry here from Bruce. Is a heifer, 2 year with or without her calf at foot, and this is Holyrood Holly. Her coat is just magnificent, and she has a good strong doss end, and the blonde colouring of the dosson and tail enhance her appeal. There she goes. She has good spring of rig, a nice straight belly and good meaty rear end with a lovely deep block looking from the side view, showing plenty of meat. She's certainly deep, isn't she? Yeah. She walks out very strongly and would handle any type of country. Finally, this is a lovely 2-year-old heifer and is a really true example of a Scottish Highland and will grow out to be a very good cow in their herd. She will breed for many years to come, and I think would stand up well to other breeds in the interbreed classes. This heifer thoroughly deserves champion female and champion of the breed. Well done. Well, we're getting through them anyway. The Lowline, and John Jebson took on the Lowline judging this year with our exhibitors Phil and Kay Worthington, the Woolstone Park Lowlines. Return to the show ring in the virtual show format, and for all those people out there who are watching live streaming, it would be remiss of me not to mention the contribution that the Worthingtons make every year to our show, and it's just not with their cattle, it's the support they give to the young people through their coaching and their encouragement, and so, as I say, remiss of me, and thank you very much, the Worthington family, for all you do for not only the show but the young of the show. So, and they have put some exhibits up for us here, and cow with calf at foot. The first went to Woolstone Park Ocean, and second Park Vanilla. The heifer 2 years with or without calf at foot was Woolstone Park, California. And the yearling heifer, first Woolstone Park Fanfare, and second Woolstone Park Legato. And the John has awarded champion female to Woolstone Park Ocean, which is the cow with the calf at foot. The champion, so the bull 2 years over and over is Woolstone Park Cowrie, and the yearling bull, first Woolstone Park Crescendo and second Woolstone Park Drumbeat. The champion male was Woolstone Park Cowrie. And the supreme champion lowline was Woolstone Park Ocean. Come back. John's comments are brief, which is not like John, to be honest. Thanks for the opportunity to judge this competition. It is not easy. It is not as easy as judging in the ring, where you can line them up side by side to compare. But this is being innovative in these COVID times. My supreme champion is a sound age cow doing the business, and that literally is all he wrote. Right. We move on to the Murray Greys, and I get to have a wee break here because Amy has judged the Murray Greys. And without further ado, we'll invite Amy Hugenboom to the, I was going to say lectern, but you have those in church, don't you? So, oh no, you can have them here as well. Amy, yours. To the bar. That's it.
Bar sounds much better, doesn't it? Thank you. I had the privilege of judging the Murray Grey breed this year for the virtual online event. What have we got there on the screen to start? So senior cow class, I had 2 entries in this class. I gave first place to the 4-year-old cow. I thought she was a very balanced cow. She has plenty of depth to her. When you get in behind her, she walks really well and also has a great amount of width. One thing I really loved about this cow was her udder. Her udder is just about perfect with the teat placement and the shape, and she's also doing a very good job of the calf behind her. That's taking nothing away from the older cow there. She is a 7-year-old, is she? Yep, 7-year-old cow who is still doing an outstanding job of the calf behind her, just losing a little bit of soundness with age, so that's why she was in second. And then in the 2-year-old class, I just had 1 entry. This lovely wee heifer, when we talk about kilos of calf to kilos of cow, this wee heifer's doing an outstanding job with her first calf at foot. And then 1 entry in the yearling heifer class, lovely wee feminine heifer, plenty of depth, lovely clean shoulder, and will be exciting to see her first calf on the ground next year. So with that, my supreme champion, or my champion female, and my supreme champion Murray Grey goes to the 4-year-old cow.
Thank you very much, Amy, and this is even better because I can move straight away. Onto the red poles we go, and Andrew Stokes has judged the red pole.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of doing this. We had 3 entrants, a cow, a heifer and a bull. And with the cow, she was great on her feet. She walked really well. She's got a great calf in behind her and showing plenty of meat on her. The heifer has got a great top line, great shoulder placement, and strided out well as well as the cow. And today I gave the cow the champion female. Then we move on to the bull. He put up a lovely yelling bull there. He stands up well on his feet. He's got the great shoulders. He just probably lacked a bit of the meat on his body, but yeah, it's still an outstanding animal. And today I actually gave the champion red pole to the cow and calf in the class.
Okay. I don't have Speckle on here. Oh, that's over there. Oh, Amy, you're back. Yeah, because that's quite like other people. Oh, do you want to go? Yeah, you put me wrong. You put me wrong. You put me wrong, Steve. You cannot always rely on your wingman, can you?
Not in the box.
Not in the box, so he got thrown. So there you go. We're moving on to Santa Gertrudis, and Andrew is back for another challenge and taking on the judging of the Santas. He's got his notes. And Will Gibson from the Bluestone Santa Gertrudis in Middlemarch. And I do recall him having a heifer here 2 years ago. And she was probably the most stunning heifer I think I've seen for a long, long time. She was just absolutely sweet. But anyway, I'll pass you over.
Thank you. Will put up a very nice 2-year-old bull, and when I opened up to see the photos, it was just outstanding. I sort of couldn't take my eyes off the computer screen. Great representation of the breed. It's another breed I had to look up and make sure I was getting things right, and the big deep placement of the eyes and the back of the head, the wee bit of white on the tail and no white anywhere else because I'm not meant to have it. It stood well up on its feet and really strutted out well for the size that he was. Very good bull, and just in the shoulders and the placement.
You got something to award or nothing?
No, because he came.
Ah, yes. Yeah. South Devon's next, I believe. I think I'm getting it right now because O comes before P. A good number of South Devon entries this year set Judge Mark Fleming to task to select his winners. 3 exhibitors, Stu, Julia, Jake and Ebony Eden, of course from down in the Java stud in Belfer. Brian Thompson, Loch Lomond in Allington, which is just south of Dunedin, not Ashburton. So I discovered a number of years ago to my embarrassment. And because I've never seen cattle in Allington and Ashburton before, that's for sure, apart from the butcher shop. And Fraser McKenzie, Wainuka, and as one of his fellow exhibitors put it, the back of beyond where no one dares tread, or Gummy's Bush near a Tauto, and it wasn't until a Tauto came up I recognised any of those names. So the cow with calf at foot, he's placed first Java Tonka Niska and second Java Tonka George. Heifer yearling, first Java Pickles Madison, second Loch Lomond Paul Tulip, and the champion female went to Java Tonka Niska. Move straight into the bull, the 2 years and over, just the one entry there by the look of it, was Java Pickles Earl. And the bull and the yearling bulls, first was Wainuka Sexton, second Java Secure George, third Java Pickles Scotty, and fourth Java Pickles Eric. And the champion male went to Wainuka Sexton. And the supreme champion South Devon was Java Tonka Niska. The cow with a calf at foot. And Mark's moving us right along, isn't he? I have awarded the cow Java Tonkaniska the Supreme Champion. She is a very good cow with plenty of depth and length right through her body, walks very well and presented well. And from Mark, congratulations to all the exhibitors for putting forward such very good quality animals. They were all in very good condition. There you go. Must have been some feed further south. What have we got now, mate? Oh, Amy's going to come back. You had a Speckle Park. Great. My favourite eating.
It's dangerous in a room full of Angus breeders, isn't it? Speckle Park, I think it's the last breed we've got to comment on before all breeds. We just had the one entry in this section, a lovely yearling heifer, and so obviously she is my champion female and my supreme champion of the breed, which she was well deserving of. She was a lovely heifer, extremely strong top line, very feminine in the front, walked well, and an extremely good example of the Speckle Park breed that we expect to see today.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to invite Mr. Richard Van Ash up to the bar. I've spoken about families who've been associated with the Canterbury OMP for many years, and the Van Ash family have been tremendous supporters of our show, going right back, I don't know how far back Arnold went, Richard's late father, but the South Devons have been truly well represented by the family for many, many years, and it's just great that Richard has agreed to be our all breeds judge, and eventually when he's stopped getting instructions from Sarah, he will come and speak with us, because I've run out of things to say, which would surprise my wife. So Richard, without further ado, welcome to Canterbury show, now a local as such, and his family. Very good to see you both here.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. I actually wrote some notes this first time. I'd like to thank the Canterbury AMP for the opportunity to judge the Interbreeds competition. Just after I said yes and I opened the first video, I wish I said no. It was really difficult. I completely underestimated how difficult it would be to judge animals on a computer screen, as opposed to the ability to stand them up side by side in a ring on a day when they're all together. I'd like to thank the exhibitors for the time and effort they've put in to make the virtual show the success it obviously is. It obviously wasn't easy to photograph and video those animals, and I'm sure you all learned something from it as you were doing it. Just touching on videos, obviously there'll be a debrief, and moving forward hopefully there'll be some sort of prescription come out as to how videos are to be done. There was a real range of how the exhibitors went about producing their videos and displaying their cattle. And if I could give a couple of pointers moving forward, whether we don't, whether you need to think about your background, and you need to think about how you set yourselves up. The judge is there to judge the cattle, not the handler. You set yourself up like you are in the show ring, and you get to see the animal. You need to be mindful of noise in the background. And when it comes to the photographs, you stand them up like you would in a sale catalogue. If you wouldn't be happy to put it in a sale catalogue, we don't put it in a virtual show. Just makes the job that much easier for the judge, because as I say, you don't get to compare the animals side by side. As an exhibitor, you get one opportunity to put that animal in front of the judge, and he or she hasn't got the opportunity to go back and look at it again. You think you've seen something, you may not have seen it, but that's just how you take it from the photograph. So this is how I saw them, and with any judging, it's one person's opinion on the day. Got the yearling heifer up, have we? 3-year-old cow, that makes it difficult, doesn't it? No, we'll go 3-year-old cow. So the 3-year-old cow, in first place I placed the South Devon, in second place I placed the Red Pole, and in third place I placed the Murray Grey. Well, and we've heard all about the animals, so I'm not going to bore you with them individually. As a group, you can see they're all very, very feminine. They're all doing a fantastic job on their calf at foot. They're all very balanced animals. They all have everything in the right place that they should have. They are fine examples of their breeds respectively. The Red Pole cow particularly, I think you'd go a long way to see a better Red Pole cow than that. On the day, I went to the South Devon because she was just a bit more bang for your buck. And she's doing a fantastic job on that calf when you talk about kilos cow, kilo calf. The 2-year-old heifer with or without a calf at foot. I really struggled with this class, I really did. And traditionally, the judge will normally place a cow with production ahead of a heifer without. I've bucked tradition. In first place, I've put the Highland heifer. We've got a photo of there. And for the first time ever, I probably agree with Harry. It doesn't happen very often. She is a lovely example of the breed. She is square, however you look at it. She tracks beautifully, and she retains the femininity that a female should have. She is an absolutely outstanding Highland. In second place, I went with the Charolais heifer with the calf at foot, and in third place, I placed the Lowline heifer. The two heifers I placed by the top one, I didn't think they were quite structurally as correct as the animal ahead of them. The yearling heifer, in first place I placed the Speckle Park. She is an absolutely outstanding animal. It didn't matter which way you looked at this cow, she was fantastic. She is balanced, she is square, she tracks very, very well. She has phenomenal width when you get in behind her, and she will make a very, very functional cow moving forward. Second place, I placed the South Devon. She just wasn't quite the quality of the heifer I placed above her, but a very, very good heifer. Third place, the Red Pole, another outstanding animal and an example of the breed. Yearling bull. What do you want us to frame? Champion cow, no yearling bull.
No, yearling bull.
Yearling bull. Yearling bull, first place I placed the young Hereford bull. As James said ahead of me, a very, very good example. He has balance, he has smoothness, he's ample in the testicular department, he moves very, very freely, and he tracks very, very well when he walks. Second place, the South Devon bull. Not quite as smooth as the bull ahead of him, and not quite as mobile when he moved, or at least that's what I saw in the video. In third place, the Angus bull. A very, very nice bull. Not a photo of him up there, unfortunately. A very good representative of the breed. Probably a little bigger than the traditional Angus we see, but just not quite with the quality of the bulls above him. The senior bull, a bull 2 years and over. First place, I placed the centre bull. I, like Andrew, opened the photograph, but holy smokes. In fact, I called out to Denise and said, you've got to come and look at the photograph of this bull. just have a look at him. He is fantastic. He's got meat in all the right places. He is mobile. He is balanced. He is neat and tidy in the sheath, which sometimes Santas aren't, and he has got a great set of testicles. He will go a long way in the beef industry. For those of you who don't know, the Santa is a cross between Brahman and Shorthorn, 5/8 Shorthorn, 3/8 Brahman, recognised the breed in its own right in the 1940s, developed in Texas. Do very, very well in the tropics as they are heat and tick resistant, and that's why they were developed. But this animal is a fine example of that breed. In second place I placed the Angus bull, a 5-year-old bull, a very complete animal, moved very well, ample testicles, and as I say, for his age he was very, very free moving with meat in all the right places. Third place, the 2-year-old South Devon bull, just outgunned a wee bit by the 2 bulls above him, just not quite as smooth, but again a very, very free moving bull. And while I talk about mobility, obviously these animals are going to go into hill country. They have to be able to move, find cows and do their job. So obviously that leg structure, feet structure and mobility is important. Sorry, Jane. So my champion male is the Santa bull, and my champion female is the South Devon cow. Neither of those exhibitors are here to receive them. Overall, the supreme champion, I've gone with Jethro the Santa bull. He is just a fantastic animal.
Way to get around our COVID problems of the present, and we have done a successful competition with plenty of entries, and it's great to see. But this blue Z here is the top exhibit of the show. So, Will, congratulations to you and the Gibson family. Thank you very much for taking and we hope this it's bloody good to be part of it all. It would have been great to get the animals up here. It would have been fantastic, but certainly still want to support the show and get amongst it. Probably more pressure than usual trying to do the virtual side of it. Certainly, filled in a good afternoon, but it was great to still feel like you're doing something with the show, and awesome to get recognised with our boy Vero.
Thank you very much, and again I'd just like to commend the exhibitors and congratulate them on presenting their animals, and thank the AMP Society for giving me this opportunity.
You're right, Richard. Just stay up here, Richard. Hey, just very quickly, just on Will there for a minute. They must live near a road. He washed up all his cattle. and decided he'd go and have a cup of tea before they did the videoing. Didn't realise the next door neighbour was going to start cutting baleage and everything past, and they got covered in grass and dust and everything, so he had to turn around and we-wash them all to get them ready. Right, I'll just pass you over to our chairperson of the cattle section, Anne.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Richard. I'd like to first of all thank everybody for coming this evening. It's lovely to see you all. But my thanks mainly go to three people, and I'd like them to all shuffle up here, please. Andrew, and Phil, and Sarah. I'd like to start this by thanking Andrew, who's actually, it was his idea. He spoke to a few people, rang a few buddies like you do, and gave us a call, and we thought, gee, that sounds like a really good idea. Andrew, how do we make that happen? So that's great. So, Andrew, thank you for all your work and your inspiration to get us going and everything like that. It's just a wee thing to say thank you. And Phil and Kay too, because I know that you had, look, these two beavered away in the background helping get the schedule going and lots of rules and things like that. There's actually been a lot of work going on behind the scenes, and these three people have done a huge amount of work. So, right, Sarah, come here. So, Sarah, we couldn't have done it without you, could we? No. And we're just so grateful. And you've just done so much. You've been absolutely amazing. So we'd like to give you a little wee sample. I don't know, Andrew, whether you mind picking that up for Sarah. And honestly, she's done everything from start to finish, and just fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, so...
if I might just say one thing, I do... Oh, thank you. I'd just like to take the opportunity to say that I was very thrilled to see the reception we got for this idea from all the exhibitors around. And I really do feel that what we want to do in future, i.e. take it once we get past COVID and keep this show alive as the New Zealand Virtual Beef Show, and I think we ought to trademark that name before somebody else does, I really think that at the end of the season it's going to be the New Zealand Beef Show. We will have champions from every show in the country coming forward, and I think it's Canterbury's chance to really put its mark on that thing. So I do hope we actually do make it our own in the future.
Well done, Phil. So without further ado, jump in, have some food, and stick around, have a few drinks. Thank you very much, everybody. Oh, one more.
Just quickly there, we just forgot a very important person that probably spent quite a bit of time in front of a computer screen and scratching his head and probably throwing things at the computer screen, maybe. You want to come back up here, Richard, and just accept and your wife, there's Denise. Come up, Denise. Well, that's good. You give them the grog to hear, and you're taking the flowers.
Not the first time.
No, thank you. I gave him a phone call, and he had actually pulled out of doing the South Devons, and I gave him a phone call and said, look, do you mind just doing the Interbreeds for us? And he goes, oh, since you rung me, I'll do it. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Back to you, Mick.
Just as the awards draw to a conclusion, Rachel, would you like to come up? Although you've had the medals have been here, you haven't had anyone to present them to, and you've come an awful long way. So I'd like to invite you to make some wise comments.
Oh, I don't know about wise. I don't know about wise, but look, thank you so much for the invitation. It's been an absolute delight to be involved in something so innovative. I'm just so excited to see that regardless of COVID, we can still showcase rural excellence. And I'm so proud of you for doing it. It's been absolutely wonderful to be here. So well done. And I totally wholeheartedly agree with Philip. You need to keep doing it. Well done.
Well, thank you, Rachel, and that does conclude our awards ceremony. Just a word again to our sponsors, to Vero, who put on so much for us for such a long time now, and of course to our friends over on the Silver Fern Barbecue. Thank you to their sponsorship, their continued sponsorship, and of course to Boehringer Ingelheim, and just a pity they weren't able to be here. But ladies and gentlemen, I do salute the innovation that has come through in the last few months, and it really does lead us to an exciting time ahead. And there is just one other person who I would like to make mention of, is Tracy Ahern, our new GM. She came on board a few months ago and she's turned over a few rocks and things have come out from underneath it. Not all of them good. But look, I have thanked Tracy in the past, but her contribution to Young Auctioneers this year was outstanding. It's taken us to a new level, and I think she's going to do the same with this show going forward. So, Tracy, thanks from us all, and we look forward to the future. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good evening.